from Linda Vidi's Life Coaching and Counseling, and I want to talk to you today about trauma and dealing with professionals. Now, a lot of us that have been through trauma had it happen in childhood, and if it happened in childhood, most likely the people that did it to us were in authority. So a lot of times people with trauma have issues with people in authority. And when we go to a doctor or a professional of some capacity, we tend to be intimidated and maybe even bullied if the professional isn't extremely ethical and sensitive. And so I want to talk to you a little bit about how to deal with a professional, especially if you have an appointment with one, let's say. Now, first, I want you to prepare yourself. I want you to understand that the professional is just another human being like you are, with a background and issues, and they can have bad days and good days just like you and I can. And so they may be in a capacity of professional, but that doesn't mean that they're always going to act professional. And you have to just prepare yourself that this person is a human being just like you or me, and I am going to talk on a peer level with them. I'm not going to talk as if they're above me. I'm not going to talk as if they're below me, but I'm going to talk as if I'm on the same level with them. So that's number one. Number two is I want you to prepare questions ahead of time that you want to say to the person. A lot of times a person with trauma will forget once they get there. If they get nervous, if they get triggered, if they start having a panic attack, they'll forget questions, they'll forget what they want to say, or they'll get sidetracked by a question the professional asks. So I want you to write down all the questions you need to ask this person ahead of time. 3, when you get there, depending on who the professional is, let's say it's a doctor. If it is a doctor and it is a male doctor and you have been through trauma or been sexually abused, you want to ask specifically, can a nurse attend the session? Can we have, a female nurse attend the session? And with a medical professional, that should be protocol anyhow, but not every single one will. So that's one thing you want to ask for. If it's not a medical doctor, if it's, let's say, a psychologist or a lawyer or something like that, then you should feel somewhat comfortable because they won't be examining you in the same way. So you want to go in and you want to remember you're looking at them as if they're on a peer level. You have your list of questions. You're doing your breathing beforehand. You've prepared yourself to be calm and collected. And then depending on who the person is, if it is a psychologist or if it is a medical doctor, you may want to share with them that you are a trauma survivor, or you have PTSD or CPTSD. It really depends on the professional, but that may be something you want to share in order so they understand what you might be dealing with and if you get triggered or something like that. So if it's a medical doctor, a psychologist, a counselor, you may want to share those things. The other thing you want to do is breathe throughout the session. Keep yourself calm, do your breathing, and just talk in a way that you would with a friend. Talk in a way that you would if you were going to a clerk in a grocery store. We tend to be intimidated by those in a position of power. And so we want to really be careful not to get in that place where this person is above you. Okay? So just a real quick recap. Number 1, you are going to prepare yourself ahead of time. You're going to understand that this person is a human being just like you, and you're going to talk to them on a peer level, and you're going to prepare yourself for that and just do your breathing. Second, you're going to have your list of questions. Third, depending on who it is, you're going to ask for somebody, a female nurse or someone, to come in the appointment with you. If it's a doctor, if it's a psychologist or a lawyer or something like that, then you wouldn't need that. But those are the things you want to do ahead of time. And then when you finish, make sure you look at your list of questions. Don't let the person rush you out. Don't let them shut you down. Don't let them intimidate you. Don't let them dismiss you or shush you or say your time is up, you need to go. If it is a certain kind of appointment, like a psychologist, then yes, that's appropriate. But if it's an appointment where you are still asking questions and they dismiss you, you really want to be cognizant of that. Because you should, if you're going to a medical doctor or something like that, you should be able to ask your questions without being dismissed or told to leave. So I want you to make sure you do all those things. I want you to make sure you keep your strength and your courage up, and don't let anybody dismiss you. Don't let anybody talk down to you, and do your best to just respect that person as a human being, but know that you are the one who hired them. You are the one who contracted them, and you have a right to ask your questions. You have a right to the right amount of time they should spend with you, and you have a right not to be dismissed. Okay? If you have questions about this or anything else, please contact me, Linda Vitti, at Linda Vitti's Life Coaching and Counseling, and we'll see you next time. God bless.